Greetings to you all, and welcome back to Let's Play Micro Machines. Now then, stop your taunting, Joel. We'll take you on once we've lost a life, and we look completely devastated there, poor chap. And we shall take you back on. We don't need to see the cars again. Let's get racing. Now we know roughly how the course is laid out this time. That should put us into a slightly better situation. With a bit more careful driving, stuck in this fountain pen once again. Thankfully red fell off, that gives us a bit of an advantage. We can hammer green in a violent manner, but still manages to get away from us. We can turn slightly too early, we'll have to frantically turn backwards. We're trapped on an ink pot. Oh, the fun you can have in this game. Right then, there's the whole squad of people we're chasing down. Back in this, because somehow they can't manage the simple bends, although they're brilliant at getting across the one-car wide ruler bridges. As am I, apparently. But we can't make the simple bends. I see myself having exactly the same problem as the computer. I can empathise and sympathise. I will always make that mistake, won't I? I should really brake as soon as I've done that folder jump. Thankfully the game is merciful and puts you in a position perfectly lined up to cross the ruler bridge, otherwise it would be really, really difficult. I've thankfully blue rebounded in quite a comical fashion, at quite severe speeds, with a head start on him. To stop banging into everything that's in my way. Now the hitbox on that rubber, let's say in a sec again, hitbox on that rubber on the double ruler is a little forgiving. It's not as big as the sprite for some reason, so you can click through part of it. Maybe they thought it was a little too difficult to get through, so they lightened it a bit, I'm not sure. Any way you slice it, you can click through that sprite a little bit and still be okay. Turn in midair! That's more like it. And don't go over the ruler. There we go. That's a bit of stylish driving right there. That would impress anyone. But in all honesty, if you don't know the tracks, that's your best bet for winning in Micro Machines. Just drive really safe. Wait for the computer to go off, and take your chances. By which I mean don't take any chances or risk whatsoever and just keep driving safe. Why do I always turn off early for this corner? Anyway, that problem aside, let's get through this with a little bit of car strafing, a little bit of crab walking. However you want to describe it. Skid to victory! Get ready for another one of these rulers. There we go, that's pretty nice. And then fall off the edge of the table for no reason whatsoever, despite the fact that we were going about 2 miles an hour. Get ready for a bizarre mid-air turn. There we go. That looks pretty good to me. And I think that we've gone from, what was it, third into first. So well played to us. Let's see if we can kill ourselves before the screen ends. Yes, good work. Joel looks very upset for a man who came second. Chen back to the bongos. Very nice. Joel, you are eliminated, you crying baby. Be gone with your spaghetti hair. Who do we use to replace Joel? If you're thinking, well, next comes Mike, obviously, you're wrong. Next comes Walter. There's a reason for this. Basically, these three are the worst three. They are also going to be my final three for the final race, when the computer has the best AI and the track is the hardest. That means that over the next 3 choices I need to pick these 3, but I may as well pick the worst one now, because whoever I pick now is never going to go away for the rest of the game. So welcome, Walter. It's your time to shine. In a sand level. I dislike this sand level, I'll be honest. But hey, we gotta get it done. Let's get it done. Now the sand buggies are apparently called the turbo wheels. I'm not sure I like that as a name. I'm going to call them sand buggies. Now this one is tricky because it likes to have sand dunes parked at corners to punish people who drive around them too fast, but which are also overlooking lakes. Or I say lakes, puddles, or maybe even water droplets. I'm not sure how small these cars are. The idea is if you go too fast around a corner this time, you hit a sand dune and it throws you into the lake. It's not nice. I remember this track a little bit for the fact that once you're past that little chicane of water, then it's dry for the rest of the level, as clearly demonstrated there. I know the first bend is a dangerous one that tries to knock you into a lake, and I know there's a bit of a hairpin over here. But to be honest now, I'm just explaining stuff I've already seen, so that's kind of pointless. Nonetheless, I'm in first. Hooray. It's a miracle I didn't drown. There we go, it's more like it. The computer's keeping up with me pretty well, even though I seem to be maintaining a pretty good lead. The computer's a coward and won't go at full speed for some reason down the straight. Probably because the computer's not at the highest difficulty setting yet. He's creeping up there. Make no mistake, it's getting better. Just gotta be careful now. I've got the lead. Just need to hold it. No desire to go over the spade. You don't have to. Oh, good grief, he's gone in 2 puddles. Fortunately, the computer, for some reason, is lacking behind me, even though I have gone off twice. Not sure I understand why, but there's no more water now. We can really open up. And just get across the finish line. Therefore, another nice win. Good work by us. Daredevil Dunes, that one was apparently called. Walter looks rather impatient. Interesting way to sort. We're back to the choppers. I love the choppers, I said this before. There's an odd thing about choppers. Their hitbox is enormous. If you look at the choppers, they are tiny, but the hitbox is pretty much the entire blades. Not sure why this is, but it does make it easy to bounce off the enemy, and it does mean that the computer gets stuck all the time in the plants, like that. Not sure what these plants are. My initial thoughts were we're in a greenhouse and they're tomato plants. Then I remembered that we're in tiny, tiny cars, which means these things are probably the size of berries. I'm not certain anymore. If anyone wants to take a stab, feel free, because I don't think you grow berries in potted plants. So hey, you know, if you're keen on your gardening and you can answer that question, then good luck to you. Now, there's 2 traps in this level which we're introduced to, which are available in this, which I should call the greenhouse stage. We've seen them both because we've done a whole lap, but I shall explain them as we see them on this second lap, because I just kind of drove past them or through them. First one is this, the fan, which blows you in the opposite direction and can blow you into the plants. It's not that strong of a breeze, but it did catch me out there because I was too near the edge. The other trap is a broken water spout pipe, whatever. We just spew some water upwards, and if that happens to hit your chopper, because it's constantly spraying, so in other words, if you fly into it, then it will blow up your chopper in a ball of flame, because water causes everything to explode. Yes, I'm aware there are some chemicals which explode in contact with water. Let's not go there. Nonetheless, as I've said before, I do find the chopper levels to be very, very easy. The computer just isn't very good at controlling the chopper, and I personally think the chopper is very easy to control. This combination means they're stuck in a plant somewhere whilst I'm going around the level. Get myself blown up by water. It's an odd mix, but it works. Thinking about the levels that we have to go, there is notably one more sports car level. Not looking forward to that. There's another pool table level. It could be tricky, we've got to be careful there. But there's 2 tanks levels to go. One more chopper level, of course, but there's still 2 tanks to go. It does make me wonder if the next level is going to be another tank level. And they have to occur at some point, so I wouldn't be surprised. Walter again coming in stone last there. But apparently not, we're going to be doing the final race for the Warriors now. The perilous pit stop. Back on the old workbench. Fairly long one, I do recall. I don't know why my start was quite so poor there. But yep, fairly long level. It's all about dodging the glue once again. Try not to get yourself spiked up the backside. And that's a good motto for life, if we're being completely honest. Don't know where I'm going because I can't remember the track in the slightest, so let's just hope we can react in time to the bends and not get stuck on too much glue. Oil doesn't really matter on this level so much as it does the ink spills on the classroom level, because generally they put the oil on the straights, which is pointless. Because you're already going straight, like that. What's the point of that? Let's say this track is shorter than I remembered it to be. So, that's good, I suppose. We'll get through it quicker. We've already established a healthy lead. No complaints here. Pretty much routine to get this one done now. The spikes on this thing are a bit weird. If you ram someone too hard up the backside, then you both explode. But if you ram someone else head on, then you don't need to be going very fast at all for you both to explode. I guess it's a kind of combined momentum thing, but well, it just looks odd. Obviously, there should never be a case when you're ramming somebody head on, because it means you're driving the wrong way around the track. But sometimes the computer does bounce off a wall on a very peculiar angle and slashes you head on. You just have to be aware of the fact that if they're coming towards you at any speed, you can't risk a bounce off when you're driving around these vehicles, or you're going to blow up. Blowing up is always bad. So how I dodged that glue? One caught me, as it should have. Go through as much glue as I feasibly can, and somehow snatch a first as I prod this man towards the screw. Go on, get in there. If that's not celebrating a victory, I don't know what is. Walter, why do you always come last? Twitch all you want, you're still last. I think that's going to do it for another video. We'll watch and twist her wrists once more. Away with you, you failure. We shall just select our next opponent. It's going to be poor Dwayne. The crazy, crazy man. And next level is going to be tanks. There's something to dangle as bait to get you to come back and watch next video, Wide Awake in the War Zone. Hopefully, you'll join me for that, and I shall see you then.